This is the story of Medea. And it starts in Corinth, outside Medea's house. And the doors burst open, and the nurse rushes out and shouts, if only the Argo hadn't set sail, if only my poor Medea hadn't had to leave her father's country, if only she hadn't come to Greece, to Corinth, if only she hadn't married Jason. And she wonders a bit. She laments that Medea has gone mad. And the nurse goes on to say she hasn't eaten, she hasn't slept, she screams at night. And then she wonders and thinks a bit more. But what about the two boys, the children of Jason and Medea? Jason is going to divorce his wife Medea for the royal princess Glauce, and her father Creon won't allow Medea to stay in Corinth, for he has heard that Medea is a witch. And just on that thought, the tutor arrives. And along with him are the two boys, the sons of Jason and Medea. And he says, oh, I heard you crying. What's the matter, dear? And she says, oh, it's my mistress. And the boys are playing hopscotch and rolling about and playing racing games. It's my mistress. Oh, what is to become of her, my poor mistress? And then the tutor says, oh, don't worry, I'm pretty sure the king will come up with some just reason. I'm sure she'll be fine. And there is a shout from inside the house. See, that's my mistress Medea. Oh, how she weeps, she weeps. Oh. And there's another scream from inside the house, and it's Medea again. Oh, and the screams are distorted words like, oh, I wish I was dead. Oh, no, my children, what am I to do? Oh, alas, says the nurse, my poor Medea. I was a nurse to her ever since she was a child. She's never been like this. She's never been prone to madness until today. The tutor goes, ooh, I see what you mean. But what are we going to do? What are we going to do? The nurse says, right, off you go to bed, children, spit spot, and make sure Medea doesn't see you come into the house. Make sure your mother doesn't see you, okay? So then he goes, oh yes, I'll make sure they go through the kitchen so she won't see them. Thank you very much, says the nurse. And off they go to have maths or something inside the kitchen. And then the nurse sits down and pauses a bit. And lo, here come the women of Corinth. And they come and gather round the house just outside, for they've heard the shouts Medea inside the house has just said. And they all talk amongst themselves. And one of them plucks up the courage to ask the nurse. And she says, what's the matter? We heard a shout. And then the nurse reiterates what she said to the tutor, saying, "Oh, it's my poor Medea. Poor, poor Medea." And then the women, she looks around and says, "Oh, poor, poor Medea." And so the women start to sing a song. But before they can start singing properly, they notice a shadowy figure come into the corner. And they notice and they look round and they go, "Oh, that's Medea, that's Medea. Is that Medea? Yeah, it's Medea. Yeah, that's Medea. She doesn't look very well." And, well, they just sort of clump, and now they're a bit scared of her, because they've heard that Medea is a witch. Medea says, "Women of Corinth, I have heard your plea, and things aren't all right with me. I'm to be exiled from this country. I've got nowhere to go. Will anybody of you help me?" "We wish we could," said the brave one. "We wish we could, Medea. Honest, we wish we could." And the nurse says, "Well, is there anything I can do?" And then the Medea just goes, "No, you can't do anything, no. Oh, dearie me. All is lost." And then the nurse goes back to the house. "Oh, thank goodness, at least there's a good person to clean there," says Medea. But before they can get reintroduced to themselves, Creon comes along. The women all disperse and they all sort of line up and all clump again, and they're very frightened of Creon, because he's the king of Corinth. And then Medea goes, "What do you want, Creon?" Creon says, "You are to be exiled immediately." Gasps from the women, gasps from the chorus. And then Medea says, "But I've been given one more day. You gave me one more day to say goodbye to my children, and you're exiling me now." And then he says, "Well, I've heard rumours that you're actually a witch, and I fear what magic you might come up with, and I fear what you have in store for those that you wish revenge." And then Medea says, Look, I'll be good. I'll be good. Please let me stay. At least let me say goodbye to my children and wish Jason well, and I promise I'll be good." And then Creon says, all right. And you women there, you're witnesses. Oh, yes, we're witnesses. Good, right. And off he goes. And Medea is looking round. To see if there's any hope for Medea. And who should arrive but Jason arrives, her newly ex-husband, and the women all join Medea because they've heard of what such a beast is. What a beast! What a complete beast that Jason is, and they all crowd round Medea. They're on her side now. And she says, "Right, what, Jason?" And he says, "Look, it's really best you go as soon as you can, and I think you should take the children and give them back to me so I can be looked after when I'm old." And then Medea looks around and goes, you what? You vile person. In some translations, it's you filthy coward. And then she begins to berate him. And she then says, "Now I'll have to look after your children in exile on the road, on the dangerous road, while you sit here with that Glauky, a younger, fitter model, while I grow old and have to look after your children." And then he's a bit taken aback and he says, "Oh, there's no reasoning with you." And then he trots off. And then he goes, "Oh, that vile beast." And then the women go, "Yeah, we know what you mean. Yeah, he's a bit vile. Yeah." And the brave one goes, "Yep, told you so, told you so. Yeah, he's not the one. No, he did have 2 children." And then she goes, "Look, shut up, you." And then the women come around. And then who should arrive but Medea's old friend Aegeus. "Oh, it's my old friend Aegeus who's come to join us." And so the women see that he's a bit friendly and palling around. They're sort of a bit more palling with each other. They're sort of quite getting along, really. Sort of quite like the company of Aegeus. He's quite a tired person, but still, he sort of quite enjoyed talking to the other women. But his attention turns to his old friend Medea. And he says, "Oh, what's wrong, Medea?" Medea replies, "Oh, I'm getting divorced, and I've got nowhere to go. I'm exiled from my own country. I can't go back to see my father. That's why I'm here in the first place." "Oh dear. Well, you're always welcome round Athens if you like, but on one condition." And Medea says, "All right, name it." And then Aegeus says, "So long as you make your own way there." And Medea says, "Oh, that's what you has to be. Then so be it." And then Aegeus goes, "All right, okie dokie." Off he goes. The women go, and then the women start singing another song to cheer up Medea. To be honest, cheer up Medea, love, 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 sort of thing. You know, oh, love's only for the gods to decide, sort of thing. Then she hails for the nurse, and the nurse comes out and says, "Oh, hello, Medea. Anything I can do for you?" And then Medea says, Can you get my husband for me, please?" "Oh, all right. And what do you want with him?" And then Medea says, "I want to say I'm sorry, and I'll do as he asks. So just please bring him back here." And then she goes off to find Jason. And then the women sort of decide to move about because this could be a bit sparky again, so they're a bit worried. And then Jason comes along and says, "Oh, hello. I've heard you want to say sorry and apologise for what you've done." And then Medea says, "Yes, of course. I want to say I'm sorry the way I shouted at you, and I didn't mean to. honest, I didn't mean to. And then Jason goes, all right, that's good. Oh, you decided to give Glauci a wedding present? And she says, oh yes, I might give Glauci a wedding present. Oh, that's the Medea I love. Said Jason, you'll cheer up. So Jason trots off happily in that direction. But then Medea turns to the women, the chorus, and she says, I'll give Glauci a wedding present. I'll give her a poison coat, so that when she wears it, she'll melt, and that the first person who tries to embrace her will melt as well. She's rather hoping it's Jason. That will be the person she killed. She just wants Jason to suffer, you see. So I just want him to suffer a little bit, just so that I can, don't have to worry. And the women are a bit sort of going, oh, she really gone mad. Oh, there's a bit quiet at the moment. And then she goes, and I'll send the boys to send the present over. And just as she's thinking about the boys, who should arrive but the tutor and the two boys. They were all grinning and looking at the Corinthian women and going, oh, they're grown-up women. And they're sort of going, oh, aren't the little children cute? And they're sort of playing sort of marbles and sort of playing little games and chatting, and telling them stories, a bit like this one. And then Medea goes, oh, hello, tutor. What can I do for you? And then the tutor says, oh, I don't know if you've heard, but the children, the two boys, they've been given a royal pardon. They're allowed to stay in the city. What? Says Medea. Yeah, they're allowed to stay now. Isn't that Creon really just? Isn't he really nice? And then Medea braces herself and just seethes a bit with anger. And the tutor looking at Medea going, oh, have I said some really bad news? Oh, grumbles Medea. Oh, grumbles Medea again. No, I'll see. And then Medea goes, oh, could you just give this box to the two boys and give it to Glauci? It's the wedding present. Oh, that's very kind of you, Medea. Oh, okay. Come on, children. Oh, but we want to play with the children more, says the Corinthian women, sensing what's going on. And then he says, oh, we must do what the mistress asks. They are her children. And they go, all right then. And then off they go to deliver the present to Glauci. And Medea waltzes off. And the women decide to have a little quick conference about what's going on, recap of the whole story up to now, and they're a bit worried about the children and of course Glauci. Medea comes back after having a quick lie down, and they haven't said anything. They haven't said anything. Oh no! We haven't been talking. No. Oh, that's good. I like to think we're friends. Oh yes, says the brave one. We're definitely friends. And there's a fanfare of trumpets blasting, and the messenger comes along and says, "I have a message for you, Medea." Oh, I've got a message. What's up? And then he says, "The royal princess Glauce is dead." Medea quietly says, "What, really?" Oh yes, and she was melted, and her father tried to take this poison coat off her, and he's also melted, and the king is dead. Gasped the chorus. How could this happen? And then Medea goes, "Oh yeah, how exactly did this all happen?" And he goes, "Oh, it was terrible. Those two boys gave a present to Glauce, and now they've had to run back into the house. And the guards are out to look for the unknown assassin, and they suspect you, Medea. And your children are in this plot." And he goes, "What?" She goes, "What? Oh my God, what have I done? Oh, by Zeus, by Themis, what's going on? What have I done? Have I made a mistake?" And then the messenger goes, "Oh, that's the message. Bye." And you never see the messenger ever again. In this time, the children have gone back into the house. They sort of did a round trip, so they've gone to Glauce's house and they've come back into Medea's house. And Medea announces she's going to kill her children. And then she goes off into the house to murder her children. And all they can hear now, all the chorus can hear now, is the screams of the two boys. The two boys shouting, crying, screaming, "Mother, don't hurt me. Mother, it's me. What are you doing? Help." Cries for help. The chorus look round and they decide, what should we do? Should we go inside? Should we go tell the... Well, we can't tell the king. He's dead. We should tell Jason. Yeah, but where's Jason? We don't know where he is. And they're wondering whether they should go in the house and save the children or go off, run away. They're petrified in fear. And Jason comes running back. And he goes, "What's going on? I can hear screaming." And then the women are going, "Oh, no, don't go in there, don't go in there, don't." And they're trying to restrain Jason. And they're trying to push him, push him back. And he doesn't want to give. And they're having a quick tussle. And then they get tired. And they sit him down. And they explain to him that his children are dead. And then Jason starts to sobs and weeps. One of the women is just hugging Jason, offering a shoulder to cry. The brave woman, the brave one, she's trying to comfort Jason, say it's going to be alright. And these two women don't know what's going on. But then they hear, this one hears a noise. And it's Medea. And she's on a chariot pulled by dragons. And they're a bit startled. Jason offers a couple of words to his recently divorced wife. Of course, now we're on Jason's side. Murder is never justified. And he says, "Why have you done it, Medea? Why did you do it?" Medea said, "I had to. I'm leaving you now. I'm in my granddad's chariot." Her grandfather is the sun, and she was able to be lent her granddad's chariot pulled by two dragons. And then she goes, remember me, Medea. Remember me, your wife. And I'm going to offer you one last bit of advice." And Jason goes, "I don't need your advice. What could you do? It's even worse than today." Medea says, "You, Jason, you are going to die." And Jason goes, "Ooh, I'm a bit curious now, how?" And Medea says, "The last bit of your Argo will be the death of you. And you're in the temple looking at your Argo, your precious ship. It will become rotten. It will go bad. And then it will slip. And it will bump you on the head. And kill you." And Jason goes, "Oh gosh." So he just goes off. And then Medea says one last farewell, and she flies off in her chariot off to Athens. And the women come round. And the last thing that happens is that the chorus bring the story to a close, offering the last words, saying that the unexpected happens to those who don't expect it. And they all hold a silence for the dead children. And one weeps, and they decide to go home. They're reluctant to go home now, but they do. Thus ends the tragedy of Medea. Thank you.